something when they come and you breastfeed them, you don't feed them a breast sugar. Then it might end up killing them.
You can adjust from the back.
This has to be done and I guess that because we don't want to see what happens in the Classic in 2017.
Pepper keyboard.
Yeah.
What's the English? What is the English? Sorry, just two? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adam, can you
From here?
Yes, yeah, from this seat. I mean, you can sit from this one.
No problem. Where should I sit?
Next to him, so I can get you.
So it's able to capture.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought it was more funny.
On this table.
Oh.
Are we okay?
Yeah.
So we're live on YouTube?
Yes, I'm live on YouTube.
Okay.
And I'm posting the link onto Twitter and Facebook. The link to YouTube.
That is Flava FM.
Yeah.
So someone can watch it from you.
No, you have to go click on the link, then you can take it to YouTube. Yeah.
Can I have a pen, please?
I've got it.
Check number pen. Pen. Sorry? I also need the pen. Yeah, pen. God bless you.
It's a lovely good evening and thank you so very much for joining us. Welcome to the presentation of this week's edition of the Flava FM Football Show, a program that comes to every Wednesday, 19 hours, 21 hours, discussing nothing but the very best of football results. Yes, it's been a wonderful week full of football, starting from Wednesday when we were just leaving the studio. I think we did see some interesting football on TV where there was a surprise comeback. Juventus leading Real Madrid by 2 goals to nil the time we left. I think we just walked a few meters and they scored another goal, leading 3 goals to nil. In the last minute, Real Madrid managed to get the winner that came through a penalty in the 97th minute. Yes, and that is how Real Madrid went through to the finals of the semi-finals, which is of the UEFA Champions League. And when we were leaving, Danny was looking very quiet and was not talking, but obviously today he will talk the loudest as far as that is concerned. So obviously, to our dear listeners there, you can be part of this program by sending us a text message or a call later on the number 02122222877, messages on 0965000877. How do you look at the league so far with week 6 matches are played? What are your issues? What do you think that the FA needs to sort out as far as running a football is concerned, is what we're looking at on the program. This evening we'll be looking at results of games posted over the week from Division 1 going through up until we talk about world football. Let's know who's in the studio this evening. I've got Adam and Patrick Tembo. Good evening to you and welcome to the football show.
Good evening, Clinton. Good evening, our dear listeners. Like you said, it was a wonderful week.
It was wonderful then to you.
Oh, yes.
How?
Oh, yes, it was.
How?
Come on, yeah. You don't expose me so much. Yeah, but the issue of referees continues. Yeah, we saw Power after benefiting from the handball. It was their turn now to face the wrath of the referees. A clear goal.
Denied.
No. They had a goal which was scored from an offside position. Which a game which Power played so well, and I think I thought that the best result should have been
a draw.
Should have been a draw. Because it was so much undoing to Power. I think he must have cried the loudest, more especially to Tima, who actually saw the player in an offside position. Wow.
Manchester
made me to miss my supper again. How do you hand over a trophy to people who are enjoying, they are not even kicking the ball. It has never happened. Mourinho has some answers, not what he gave us.
Okay. Danny, good evening to you, and happy belated birthday. Danny was celebrating his birthday yesterday. We're not going to ask you how old you are today.
Old enough to be a gentleman.
But obviously.
But look at my son, he didn't tell me.
You see?
So, I thought I should have been the first one to. Anyway, you can see what I can do belatedly.
Belatedly, yes, without complaints from him. Good evening to you, Danny.
Good evening, Masumba. It's great to be back on the show, and good evening to our dear listeners. I'm humbled that you have been able to bring the cat out of the bag. Thank you very much for those birthday messages that I got yesterday, and I turned the year order. And we were in Angola. I bumped into the senior citizen here. We exchanged a few notes when we were watching Zesco against Power Dynamos that was during halftime, and also watched a lot of football last week, and definitely we are looking forward to watch more games over the weekend. And even today there was a game between Forest and Zesco. We should be able to talk about it in more details as the show progresses. But all in all, it's great to be back, and we're excited to be here.
Okay, interesting. So, without much wasting much time, let's quickly get to issues on the program this evening, and obviously give out results. I'll straight away go into results of games in Division 1. Then we'll be discussing other issues coming up in this particular division. Starting with Zone 1, results are posted in Week 1, that is Week 3, sorry, that is Zone 1. Rifleman 1, Circuit City 1, Alundas United 1, Petaka United 1, Police College 1, Lusaka City Council 1, City of Lusaka vs Young Green Buffaloes. This game was not played. We'll be able to talk about it. Malaiti Rangers 1, Kafiwe Celtic nil, Paramilitary 3, Katete Rangers nil. This was a walkover. Wonderful 1, Chipata City Council nil, Happy Hearts 1, Lusaka Tigers nil. And from this we can tell that 2 games could not be played in this particular zone, with 1 being a walkover. Katete Rangers are failing to travel to play a Paramilitary. Another game was involving a City of Lusaka and Young Green Buffalo. So those are the results. But quickly before we get to Zone 3 and other zones, let's quickly touch on this one. Danny, just your quick mention. Issues of walkovers. I thought this is one thing that we dealt with last season. I think last week we did have, I think, about 3 or 4 walkovers. Now this is Zone 1. They had 1 walkover. Another team could not travel, and this is Division 1 football.
They're very embarrassing, and at the end of the day, we'll be able to find that some teams that will be able to win promotion to Super League will not even be able to deserve to be in the Super League because of certain kind of competition that we're getting at the end of the day. Like we have been saying on this forum many a times, that FAS has to come up with a plan. Whether they like it or not, they need to come up with a plan that will be able to benefit these teams. Because certain teams, we know deep down our hearts that they won't be able to manage. Their budget is very, very little. They cannot be able to cover long distances. So they were supposed to come in and be able to look at it, how they can be able to balance the equation. Because what we are seeing, we have continued the same trend that we had last year. We have continued on the same path. I don't know whether these guys, they sat down, were able to resolve things here and there. I don't think so. But for me personally, Masumba, I believe that if you're going to have administrators that have got a heart for Zambian football, I expect them to do the right thing at the right time, because this tendency of having walkover week in, week out, that is not moving forward. It's going backwards, and we're still going backwards. And FAS should sit down and be able to come up with a plan. Because at the end of the day, look at what happened to Real Nakonde and other teams. They were able to come in the Super League, but they failed to match up with intensity that is in the Super Division. Because you have to fulfill those fixtures, and if you expect it, there are times that you're playing in Nakonde, teams will be able to travel because they've got the financial muscles, unlike what we are seeing at the moment. So it's a big shame, and FAS needs to put the house in order.
Alright, so just to make mention is that you can watch the football show through our YouTube channel. What you need to do is search for Flava FM on Facebook, and you'll find a link there. That link takes you direct to YouTube, where you'll be able to watch the program live on YouTube. Then if you're on Twitter, you can also follow us. That is Flava FM 87 DOT7. and you will find a link there which you can follow. It takes you direct to Twitter, and you can watch take you to YouTube, then you'll be able to watch the program live on YouTube. Let me get to Adam and Tim, but there was another interesting item as far as the games in Zone 1 are concerned. This is to do with the city of Lusaka. Before the league started, there was a lot of confusion at the city of Lusaka to do with two clubs popping up at the same time. There's the Smarter group, the Justin Zulu side. Week 2 went on very well. One team featured, they played Circuit City, they lost, they got to nil. Come week 3, 2 teams under City of Lusaka umbrella pitched up at the stadium to take on Young Green Buffaloes. This game could not go on, was cancelled because of the confusion. How do we have 3 teams warming up for one game in the stadium?
Well, Clinton, very, very sad indeed. Very unprecedented and embarrassing to the Football Association. I think it's no longer football, Clinton. I think somebody just playing politics. They just want to embarrass the current executive. Because what was done, I thought that was enough to sort out the problems at City. They called the 2 groups and it gave them an opportunity to sort out their problems, and they were given 60 days in which to do that, so that FAS could do smoothly carry out the registration process. That was done, and an interim chairman was called. Week 2, when the season opened, one team turned up, and we thought all was going to be okay. But I think it had something to do with the use of the stadium. You know, those politics, unfortunately, are still on. So FAS has warned them, if they are not serious, the city of Lusaka will be banned, and another serious team will just come and take over. That nonsense should not continue, Clinton.
Let's look at both sides.
Very unprecedented.
Let's look at both sides. The city of Lusaka side, the FA side. How do we balance up the equation on this particular matter?
Both were caught. You see, there was no way the FA was going to interfere with the running of that club. The FA can only provide guidance.
For how long do you provide that guidance, Alderman?
If they don't put their act together, the whip will be on both of them now because they will be banned. There was no way we were going to expect the FA to come and say, we recognize this group. No. The president explained. What they did was to register all players that were from both factions. And both of the groups were caught. And were given ample time to sort out that problem. An interim executive was picked so that elections would be called later, so that
the issue is
sorted
addressed.
once and for all. And we thought it was over.
With 2 games played, obviously.
2 games played, all eyes now were on the city of Lusaka. People thought, now we are going to move from the boardrooms to politics
on the pitch.
On the pitch.
Danny, now city of Lusaka come out yesterday, which was obviously in today's tabloids, where they are saying that they are accusing FAS of double dealing. FAS is not being sincere. How do you do
double dealing when both were caught? They should be. It's them who are petty and doing politics. I can't buy into that one.
Yeah, first and foremost, if you remember very well, when these wrangles started, FAS came out and said that then they're going to deal with the club that has got executive members that were duly elected. That's what FAS said. And I thought that was a clear and straightforward issue. As if that was not enough, FAS went ahead and registered over 60 players from one club. I've never heard of that. Because these 2 clubs, they happen to have registered players with FAS. So Masumba, a simple question is, a team is supposed to register how many players per season? We know you cannot register more than 30 players. And FAS, they've got more than 30 players in their database coming from one team. It's unheard of. So on that, there's inconsistency on their part. Then, thirdly, these guys are daring FAS. Do you know why they are daring them? Because they have seen that FAS, they don't have the teeth to bite. From the word go, when they showed direction, when they said, they came out bluntly, they said, we're going to deal with an executive that was elected. That's what FAS said. And going by FIFA statutes, that's what is supposed to be followed. But what should they keep on shifting the goalposts? So these guys, they have found that FAS has got the weakest link somehow, somewhere. That's why they're even able to dare them. Masumba, who is in charge of our football at the moment? It's them. FAS are the ones supposed to dictate, not the other way around. But these guys are daring them, meaning FAS, they don't have teeth to bite. And this kind of administration won't be able to take us anywhere. If you remember very well, the last administration that was there, the Kalulate, whenever certain issues will come up, they will just refer to FIFA statutes. They've got the guideline. But why can't FAS go by what they believe in? Statutes are able to guide them, but they are not going by the books. They are doing things the way they would want them to be done by their way of thinking. That's what football management, Masumba. So everything falls back on FAS.
In concluding on this topic, if you were in FAS's shoes, if you were the GS or the president of FAS, what would be your decision under a minute?
So, in black and white, simple. Deal with an executive that was duly elected. As simple as that.
And the other camp?
If they cannot be able to go with the duly elected executive, then they have got no place in football. As simple as that.
No, it wasn't as simple as that.
Under a minute as well.
Under a minute.
If you were in FAS's shoes, how would you address this particular matter?
Give them one more chance.
Again?
Give them one more chance. As in fact, what FAS has done is exactly what I would do. They've
given them a chance.
Given them a chance.
So after giving them this particular chance, next what do you do if you are
ban that the club, give a slot to the next team in that zone which should have been promoted,
which has already played Division 2?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
The precedence has already been set. It's just 2 games they can play.
Okay.
We want serious teams to come in, not politics. Okay? FAS did well by bringing both factions, because this matter was in court, because there was credibility also coming from the other side in terms of ownership. So there was no way FAS would have dealt with only one group, because there was ownership.
So you banned them to go and deal with the issues outside.
Yeah. So they called both, and the FAS provided what we thought was going to be final guidance.
Okay.
But this time around, we shall back FAS to just ban all of them.
Okay.
Just ban them, give the slot to others. Just like, if I can come back a little, those who are failing to fulfill fixtures, we are very unfair to FAS. We always blame FAS. They should also be honest and just tell FAS that we are not able to fulfill fixtures. There are some teams which are in the lower division who can take up those slots. We want serious clubs this time around.
Okay.
Don't just make a name. If you have no capacity to fulfill the fixtures, own up. Let others take over.
All right, moving away from Division 1, Zona 1, and let's quickly go to Zona 3. Reuna Conde 3, Kasama United nil, Riverside United 1, Pande Youth 1, nil rather, Mararo Police 2, Kasama Fighters 1, Intersport Youth nil, Prison Leopards nil, Tazara Express 1, Mpulungu Haba nil. Children Sentries versus Muchinga Blue Eagles was not played because Muchinga Blue Eagles did not travel for this particular fixture. Isoka Youngsters nil, Zambif 1, Kateshi Coffee Bullets nil, Tazara Rangers nil. Those are the results posted in Zona 3 with 1 walkover, becoming the second from Zona 1 and 3. In Zone 4, it was Casco Rangers 1, Livingston Pirates 1, Zesco Victoria Force 2, Mamba Energy nil, Sinazongo United 1, Mumbwa Medics nil, Chikuni Cops nil, Choma Stars 1, Kalomo Jetters nil, Mazapuka United nil, Luena Buffaloes nil, Manchester Academy 1, Young Green Eagles 2, Maramba Stars nil, then Yeta nil, Zesco Shockers nil. At least for this particular zone,
I'm happy.
It was 100% all the games that were played. There was no game that was not played. Getting back to Zone 2, games are played over the weekend. It was Mufrida Wanderers 1, Mining Rangers nil, Karushi Modern Stars 1, FKO Mining nil, Indeni 1, Kashikishi Warriors nil, Konkola Blades nil, Mufrida Blackpool 1, FQM Roads 1, Azerens Lomfumu nil, Goms 2, Trident Kalumbila nil, Chambeshi 1, Ndora United 1, Kansanshi Dynamos 1, Ron United 0. A quick one, Adam, and I'll start with you. Umfira Wanderers 1, Mining Rangers 0.
Yeah, usually that's a result we expected from Free Wanderers. There will be a lot of competition. Kansanshi Dynamos have started from where they stopped last time. They're leading the table. If you have seen, they've recorded 2 wins. So anyone who drops points will regret at the end. They need to be focused. Teams like Might, Karushi, we expect them to put up a good fight. Trident, Wamuziba Yesu, this is Division 1. They will still be baptized, but they're still a good side. So I can see the fight will be among the 3 teams. Early as it is, I see.
Which 3 teams do you see?
Free Wanderers, Karusha, a very intelligent coach. Schema is damn good and is being supported. Management now are doing well. So watch Karushi. This is week 3. And this is week 2.
Week 3 but second game.
Yeah, week 3 but second game. And there's a tape there. We have watched football. When I tell you this, you'll see when we go into week 19 or so. Karushi.
Give us a vision.
Yes.
Give us a signal.
That's a signal. Although those who criticize us are here. Yeah. So I see a 3-horse race, Clinton, Free Wanderers, Kansanshi Dynamos, and Karushi Mountain Stars. Of course, popping up once in a while, we shall be seeing Inden and Ron United.
Okay. Johnny, Kansanshi Dynamos beat Ron United got to new, and this game saw them go on top of the table 100% from the 2 games, 6 points so far.
So good for Kansanshi, too bad for Ron United. And,
what started with the win?
Like we keep on emphasizing on this show, so for Kansanshi, they know what is at stake before teams get into week 5, week 6 games, because most of the teams, definitely by the time we get into week 6, week 7, most of these teams would have picked up with their fitness levels and their game plans and whatnot. So for them to continue on that right path of posting positive results this early, it's good sign for them, and it's about consistency. If they're going to maintain with the same rhythm, definitely they should be able to be among the top 4-3 teams that will be vying to bounce to come back, to come into Super Division and enjoy the benefits that are in Super Division League.
Okay, so straight away results once more. That is a Zone 2. Mufrida Wanderers 1, Mining Rangers new. Karushi Modern Stars 1, FQM Mining new. Indeni 1, Kashikishi Warriors new. Concola Blades new. Mufrida Blackpool 1, FQM Roads 1, Zenes 1 from new. Goms 2, Trident Karumbira new. Chambishi 1, Ngara United 1, Kansanshi Dynamos 1, and Ron United new.
Sorry, I think before you leave that, I want to give kudos to Kashikishi Warriors. They managed to fulfill a fixture. Look at the number of kilometers. Whoever is supporting that team, please, let's make sure that they fulfill all the fixtures. And they seem to be doing well. We mocked them. We mocked them when they held the
Mining Rangers.
They came here, lost
1-0
narrowly. Being a rural side, we should give them kudos.
They will shock you this one.
There should be talent in that team.
They will shock you.
Yeah, those who are making under 20 team, under 23, surely must watch such teams.
Before they make swallow
before they make us swallow our own words.
Okay, straight away let's go into the MTN Flava Super League happenings there. Division 1 side Nkwazi Football Club have fired their coach Albert Mpande and his assistants following a string of poor results. Mpande's sacking brings the number of Super Division trainers sacked in the 2018 soccer season to about 3. We've got the Remo from Buildcon who was fired, Rinos Makwaza from Napsa Stars. So obviously looking at that side development. So now latest is Albert Mpande. Danny, the magician is out of the game.
I'll be very
blunt. Be denied the energy from the lines.
I'll be very blunt on this one. First and foremost, Nkwazi last year, if you remember very well, players and the technical bench, they went for some months without getting their dues. This guy has been with the team through thick and thin. for crying out loud, the league has just started. How many players did Nkwazi bring to the side, as in terms of reinforcement? They lost Justin Shonga. Which quality player joined Nkwazi this season? I'm talking about quality, not quantity. So these are things that some of these administrators, they don't even tend to look at. All they think of is just the team posting positive results. It does not work like that. Football is about you win, lose, and draw. And for you to achieve some of these objectivities, you need to work as a team. Management needs to ensure that when it comes to management issues, they are spot on. The technical bench will do their work. The players, they will do their work. Even the guys that are sponsoring this team, they will do their work. And even the fans will follow suit. But you find a team has got no sponsorship. A team has got humble budget. You expect a team to perform wonders. It does not work like that. So it's too early. They have been able to throw in a towel. It's too early. They have lost a coach that has been with them through thick and thin. And if they'll be able to find someone who's going to tolerate the whole of the administering of football in Nkwazi, that would be a miracle for me, because the guy tolerated a lot of things. But he never went to the media and start washing dirty linen in public. He never did that. So all in all, it's a loss for Nkwazi, and for the coach, it's a plus. He's gonna find a team. Sooner or later, he'll be able to find a team. And for Nkwazi, they have just shot themselves in their foot.
Adaman?
I totally agree with Dan. Fazi suffers from what we call maladministration. Remember, it's only last year when they fired the assistant coach, very experienced assistant
Babo
coach.
Mantoy, among those that were, yeah.
They just fired him. You know, what they know at Nkwazi is fire and hire. The management there has never come to the party. That's why, you see, Nkwazi is one of the oldest and most experienced sides. They're not supposed to be struggling in the Super League. They're supposed to be like Buffaloes, Red Arrows, you know. That is their pedigree. But because of poor administration, they bring in people who don't understand football. Like Danny said, that squad was not equipped with new talent. They have a very small budget. Now, they expect the coach to perform miracles. Even for them to be getting goals, it's because of the experience of Sebastian Mons, who is helping them, who is trying to hold the team together. They don't know which talent to use. There are so many police sites around the country. That team should be the richest. Buffaloes, when a player does well in the Northwestern Province or in Western Province, Luena Buffaloes, for instance, straight he will come to be looked at by the senior coaches at Buffaloes and is taken in. I've not heard of that happening in police service. Clinton, I know of so many teams that are very good players, scattered throughout the country. But it's like they don't know how to put up the act together. They don't know how to gather the talent together and make good use of them. So I think that they have, on this one, Mama, we need an answer.
Give us a signal.
Give us a signal so we know how to deal with Nkwazi.
Okay, so to our dear listeners, the football show is live on our YouTube channel. All you do is go to Facebook, search for Flava Badi Kafiwe, that is Flava space BUDDIE, and Kafiwe, that is KAFUE, that is Flava Badi Kafiwe, and you'll find a link there that takes you direct to our YouTube channel, and you'll be able to watch the football show live on YouTube. We're discussing a number of issues to do with football, and the text line for you to get in touch with us is 0965 000877 and 0965 000877. So let's quickly make a look at other interesting items on the menu. Chris Kaunda takes over from Albert Mpande, and this is the man that was appointed as coach at New Moses Swallows. Barely before a game, he sneaked out. Did you see this coming? And apparently now, interestingly now, we are quoting him as former New Moses Swallows coach.
The coach that was yet to be.
Out of it.
Wow. It's like Chris Count has been hunting for a job all over. If I were him, certainly.
He's getting back to New Nkwazi. I think he has been there here.
He's been there. That's why I'm saying if I were him.
Should be, I think, third or
This
fourth
should
time.
be the third time, if I'm not mistaken. This should be the third. That's why I'm saying if I were him, he's playing yo-yo. You know what a yo-yo is. You go up and down. You don't know whether you're going forward or you don't know whether you're going forward or coming behind. So I think there's nothing that will come out of him, because the problem, like we explained, is not about coaching. It's about the material which is at Nkwazi. Albert Mbande is a very intelligent coach. Apart from the energy from the touchline, he's a very intelligent coach. He's able to read. He knows which player to bring in. But like Danny said, he needed to be given a bit of time. And in July, perhaps after the transfer window, they should have looked at addition of 2-3 players. It's not a very bad side, Nkwazi. Not a very bad side.
Danny?
You know, the sad part, Clinton, is our coaches, they lack morality. They don't know what they are worth. They are so desperate. For example, if you look at Nkwazi, before you can even go, you need to ask yourself a question. Why did they fire my friend? First, try to gather this information before you even accept any appointments. Because where he has gone, what kind of contract has he signed? Is it a performance-based contract? Is it what? Those are things that you need to look at. If you look at the material, they lost Justin Shonga, they lost also Lamek Banda. These were players that were able to come to the party from Nkwazi. And what has Nkwazi done this season to reinforce? Sebastian Mwanza is a retired Madara.
Yeah.
He's a Madara. Yes, you would say he scored against Kito United, but he's not a player that can carry the team from the first game up to the last game. No. So these are things that they need to look at. So for me, coaches also, they need to take a lead from our friends in Europe. Some coaches in Europe, they tend to take even 6 months, even 1 year break, so that you reflect. But our coaches don't have time to reflect. They will fire him here today. The following day, and I do in a team wait. What is your morality? Does it take time to reflect? Does it take time to look at where you did good and where you went wrong? Absolutely not. So it's about management. These coaches needs to be managed well as well. I think Barifa can manage it.
Okay, so now other interesting items. Veteran defender Joseph Musonda has been appointed as assistant coach at Nkana, taking over from Bill Mwanza, who has been taken to the youth team as an assistant coach. They are working together with the odd man there at Nkana Youth Academy. Danny, just a quick reaction. Musonda steps in as player assistant coach.
Yeah, he has been in the team through thick and thin. And if you look at his discipline, you know, Masumba, it's not easy when you hit your 40s, then you're still playing at that level. It's not easy. It's not easy. He's a player who has been able to look after himself very well. And apart from that, he's one of the few players that even managed to win the gold medal at AFCON. So looking at his CV in terms of his playing career, I think he has got what it takes, and he knows the tradition and he understands the culture at Nkana. I think it's going to be of great value to the team. And all I would ask the senior coaches at Nkana, that's Beston, Manfred Chabinga, is they should welcome him, and they need to teach him the ropes. It's not easy to be there. You'll be making mistakes here and there, but and I'm pretty sure he's going to add value to the team, and wish him all the best, and I know he's going to add value to the team.
Adama, just a take.
Well, that's what you get when you are disciplined. I have a lot of respect for the young man. He has beaten Karusha in terms of the caps. He has the most caps at the national team. He was there for Zambia when we needed him most, and he gives his best whenever he is called upon. So I think that that was the best way to reward him. He gives a lot of inspiration to his colleagues. Remember, he has 3 roles now. He's player coach. He's also a captain when he's on the field. So I think that is a natural leader. So he's going to add value to that bench. He understands the philosophy of Nkana. He's been in Nkana for a long, long time.
Okay, let's now quickly get to results of games played as far as week 6 is concerned. Nakambala Leopards are 1, Red Arrows are 0, Lumwana Regents are 0, Nkana 3, Kawaras 1, Lusaka Dynamos 0, New Swallows 0, Forest Rangers 1, Napsa Stars 2, Butekon 2, Green Buffaloes 2, Green Eagles 0, Zesco United 2, Port Dynamos 1, Kabwe Soccer Academy 1, Mchanga Rangers 1, Kizo United 1, Nkwazi 1, and the game played this afternoon, Zesco United 1, Forest Rangers 2. Danny, let's quickly get to the game I played over the weekend. It was Zesco United 2, Power Dynamos 1.
Yeah, it was a very good game, and we saw a game of 2 halves. Power Dynamos first half, they really dominated. They were full of energy. They were able to string those beautiful passes, and Zesco were second best. Then second half, Zesco were able to use their experience, and like we keep on talking on this show that quality and depth pays off, and that's what happened. Because Power Dynamos, whenever they made changes, instead of them getting into gear 5, they were getting back to gear 1. For Zesco, from gear 1, they are able to keep on going up. From gear 1 to gear 2, gear 3, gear 4, up to gear 5, gear 6, somewhere there. It was really helping them a lot. Then the other shocking thing was, like I said last week about officiating, I said it's pathetic, and it's still pathetic. The guys that are officiating some of these big games, they're not yet ready. I don't know what is happening at Football House, but it's not helping Zambian football. Yes, Mr. Tembo has been talking about Raz. Yes, maybe certain things have changed here and there, but the bottom line is, what interim measures are we going to put in place? Because if you're going to continue with mediocre kind of officiating week in, week out, then our Zambian football is not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. A referee has to be consistent when it comes to making decisions. If it's a foul, it's a foul. And certain fouls, they do deserve a yellow card. Certain fouls don't even deserve yellow cards. But you will find that a referee does not know what he's doing. His assistant referees, they do not know what they're doing. So at the end of the day, there is already confusion. My humble appeal for Power Dynamos is, when July comes, they need to go back to the market. They only got a team, as in first 11 players, Kwasila. They don't have players that can bring value to the team off the bench. Because even the subs that they made, they brought in Godfrey Nwanya. He just came in from an injury. That game was of high profile. He hasn't been playing for a very long time. The ball was under pressure. He tried his passes here and there, but it wasn't good enough. Then they had to bring in also Kennedy Ndenda. For me, Kennedy Ndenda felt to match up with the pace, with the energy. He felt. And that young man, the Congolese guy, the guy that was putting on G7. Yes, yes. He has got
Mindeke.
Yes, Mindeke. He has got the stature, but he's slow and he lacks maturity. All right. So, any technical bench that wants to win games, you need to know how you can make those subs. But these subs, for me, did not add value to Power Dynamos, and the momentum they had in the first half was not the same momentum that they had in the second half. First half, they were full of energy. Second half, Basanaka. Then Zesco capitalized on that. Yes, Mr. Temba alluded to some poor officiating. I think he's going to go in details in that. Where we are seated, yes, I was not able to tell whether it was an offside or not. But looking at the reaction from Razas Campbell, I was able to ask my colleagues that, is that really a goal? They were able to confirm via watching the TV from the VIP stand that actually the guy was in offside position, but it was allowed and it could be overturned at the end of the day. So for me, that goal was the game changer for Zesco United. The one they scored that goal, everything turned out in their favor.
Alderman?
Yeah, I want to agree with Danny. Power have to learn what we call game management.
Okay.
Because they spent almost everything, Clinton, in the first half. I've never seen Power play such a game. On that day, they could have beaten any team, perhaps even Barcelona. because they were invisible. That was power at their best.
I love that, Adam.
That I can assure you.
Mm-hmm.
Even Barcelona would have been shocked.
Mm-hmm.
But also, they paid a bit of a price, because when they upped their game on Zesco at 6s and 7s, they should have scored at least 3 goals
to kill off the game.
to kill off the game. So that when as Zesco comes back, at least you have a cushion. They wasted 2 clear chances. They should have punished Zesco. They should have, as usual, our colleague we always talk about every week was the culprit. There was that Congolese also missed a very good chance, clear-cut chance. When it came to the second half, like Danny said, the energy levels came down, and Zesco took advantage of the midfield. The goalkeeper is wonderful. You can't blame him if Power lost. Titima is at his peak now. He's matured. I think it's the time to go into the national team. He actually saved the Power. 2 clear goals. Now, there was another chance which was presented to Power to equalize. I think there was confusion in the penalty box. All Power needed was concentration. The ball hit the legs of Jacob Van Dijk, hit the goalpost, and it was anybody's ball. Anyone could just have put it in. Such are the chances you don't miss. But the energy levels in the second half went down. The changes did not bring any positive results, and Power succumbed. That goal, the first goal that Kambole scored, was scored from an offside position. I've had an opportunity, Clinton, I watched the game live, and then I've had an opportunity to watch that game twice after watching the live game. I watched it yesterday, very, very clear offside. If an assistant referee was well positioned, he would not have missed it, because an on-field player, 2 on-field players saw it. You can't even say, sometimes those are allowed, it was tight, nothing. At that level, you should have picked it, because the player was guilty. Campbell didn't even celebrate at first. He had to look at the assistant. They are intelligent. He knew that he was in an offside position.
And surprisingly,
when he pushed it beyond the goal line, he couldn't celebrate. He had to look at the assistant, and then he started. It was clear he was coming from an offside position.
Okay.
But such are huge decisions, and at the end of the day, it's Zesco 2, Power 1.
Okay.
But for how long are we going to go? Every week, from the time we started analyzing games now. Remember, Super League is in week 6. We've been talking about this. That referee did so well in the first half. I was almost.
They actually even had the allowances adjusted by effective 1st June.
You see? And I was almost going to the dressing room to congratulate him. Then I told myself, no. It's too early. Came second half, it was something else. Maybe Manasa Stadium is too big for everyone, I think.
Okay, Danny, let's go to another interesting result that was posted over the weekend. This was Kisho United 1 and Kwazi 1.
That was a very, very tricky game for Quito United, especially that Kwazi hasn't been posting positive results, so they were wounded. They knew that if we cannot get a win, it's better we get a draw, and that's what Team Kwazi did. Masumba, the sad part about small teams is they tend to relax a lot. Quito United created chances, and they were the first one to score. They were supposed to be level-headed, but they got excited and allowed Kwazi to capitalize and score a equalizing goal. So all in all, yes, we would have wanted Quito United to win, but a draw is not a bad result, considering that if you look at the two teams, Quito United have been performing better, way better than in Kwazi. Kwazi hasn't been posting better results, so they knew that if we cannot get a win, we get a draw, and all in all, it was a fair result at the end of the day.
Adam, in Lusaka, Buildcon played NAPSA getting their second draw of the 6 games played so far, and Buitcon also getting the second draw of the 5 games they've played so far.
Yeah, these are two struggling sides. Clinton, I think both are trying to work on the cohesion. Maybe after 4-5 weeks from now, maybe that's when they will be identifying. Maybe that's when they will become teams, because they only have players who are playing together. The new both had new coaches, and then they were struggling. So it will take a bit of time for them to get the rhythm. But my advice to Buitcon, much as we want experience, you can't get results if you don't have energy. You get a point? Most of the players that Buitcon have got have big names and they have experience, but they don't have the energy. So they will be finding it difficult against swift sides like Quito United, like these teams which have youngsters. So they should do a proper mix. I know they have a new coach now. Maybe you'll be given an opportunity to look at other options during the window that is coming. They need to do a proper mix. Most of the Sambalungos are in the afternoons of their career. It's only Mwira and that other man. The only two, I think,
who was also failing.
Because he's playing among the Madara, so how do you...
in this particular game, Buitcon were actually leading 2-0.
They got tired, Clinton. That's what I'm saying. You can't continue with the same pace. Did they play teams like Quito United? It would have been even worse. Because when you get tired, that's when they start playing. Because they are youngsters, they have nothing to prove, their energy levels are high, they are enjoying themselves. You get the point? The average team, according to scientific research now, Clinton, the average should be 22. It used to be 26 when we had the good Fichtalos, those days when, life expectancy was high, the food was good. This time round, the average age in your team, if you want to get the best results, should be 22, 23. Don't go beyond that.
Okay.
If you look at that Buitcon side, it will be on the 25 side. That I can assure you. I know most of those stars they are brought from outside. They have passed their prime. Single, what do you expect from Single? You just come in, find one chance, score. That's not what you want. You want the players who are going to put in a full shift.
And get
the work rate must be high. If they don't score, they should have an assist and they should defend. This time the game is so demanding, Clinton. One time you should be defending, the other time you are attacking. The other time you're looking for loose balls in the midfield. That's how it is. There's nothing like traditional football where if you're number 7, you just be waiting for someone to give you the ball. The way the Red Simonas were doing and the Dresson Chandeshis, they were just, even Peter Kaumba, they were just told to wait. When Chola pushes the ball, you just run. It's no longer like that.
Okay, Daniel, another interesting result I posted in the league was Cabo Warriors won, Lusaka Dynamos nil.
TC, Nabwela Kumwakwe, and he seems to be doing the right thing at the right time. And it's sad for Lusaka Dynamos that despite all the monies,
the same word is told, there's like a Buitcon.
All the stars around them, they cannot be able to get meaningful and desired results at the end of the day. Now the pressure falls back on Dan Cabo. Because like what Mr. Tempo said, yes, you need to strike a balance. Experience and the youthful young players, then we mix them together. Because if you look at the Lusaka Dynamos, it's full of also experienced players. So at the end of the day, for Cabo Warriors, it's a team, youngsters and a little bit of experience, and it's working for them. So like this time around our league, it's going to be based on pace, speed, energy. For you to win results, you need the experience and also a lot of energy. So that when you score, you are able to defend the goal that they have scored. And that's what Warriors did over the weekend. They scored and they were able to defend until the final whistle. For Lusaka Dynamos, pressure keeps on mounting on the team. So what next for Dan Cabo? What is he going to come up with? Because if you look at the monies that have been pumped in Lusaka Dynamos, it's a lot of monies. And those guys are getting a lot of money. So definitely, they need to find means and ways to put their act together and start posting good results for them to survive, because this time around 2018 they average. It's going to be very tough.
Before
Okay.
this game, just 1 minute. I want to congratulate Honorable Tutwanglu for putting in a bit of energy. He was among the soccer fans. The people in Kawe are fanatical. Each time Kawe is at home, the ground is filled, the stadium is filled to capacity. That's what we want to see. I don't know why Lusaka teams don't do that. It will be very rare that a team will lose at home. I tell you, I watched when they go. I don't have a business which you won't do now. Yeah, but I was happy anyway with the crowd which was there. Look at the crowd which was at KPF. That's what we want to see. Our local league now is attracting a lot of attention. I was happy. And also our elected officials have to take the front row. Honorable Tupangu is the one who led a big crowd there, and he was even sending it on Twitter and so that people could see what was happening.
Okay, I wanted to take it to today's game. Zesco United 1, Forest Rangers 2.
That tradition has continued. Each time, no matter in what form Forest are, when they meet Zesco, they'll beat Zesco. No? That's a jinx which is Zesco.
If you are Mirando.
Yeah. And I kept following it. And I knew it was going to happen because you have to go back many years to see when Zesco convincingly beat Forest Rangers. When they meet Zesco, whether it's at Zesco's home ground or at Dora Hill, at Forest home ground, Zesco will always lose. That has always been the jinx. That's the same jinx which was which was there between Nkana and Zesco. Yeah. So that jinx is there. There it is. Zesco have registered the first loss. I don't know if the chicken has taken over yet.
It hasn't taken over yet.
Yeah, it was under Swale. Swale was in charge. So chicken will say no. That loss I was not in.
So he is head coach.
But technically he is head coach.
That's a confusion to bring now.
We saw him win the stands.
Against
Power. Obviously, who doesn't know that?
He's a big man. He's coaching two clubs at the same time. He's coaching Yanga, Zesco at the same time.
No? So
recording wins and losses here and there.
But I think it was good for Forest Rangers. We know them to be a team that can surprise any side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's look at fixtures for week 7. On Saturday, it will be Nkwazi versus Nakambala Leopards. This game will be live on Supersport, coming to you from Lusaka. National Assembly taking on Napsa Stars. This is also another game on Supersport. It's going to be a double header. 13 hours Nkwazi Nakambala, 15 hours National Assembly versus Napsa Stars. Then the Nkana versus Anako game has been postponed. And Changa Rangers take on Quito United. Power Dynamos take on Red Arrows. Green Eagles take on Kabwe Soccer Academy. Beauticon take on New Monze Swallows. Then on Sunday to be Forest Rangers versus Cab Warriors. Zesco United versus Green Buffaloes. I think I mentioned Green Buffaloes twice. It's Green Eagles actually take on Kabwe Soccer Academy on Saturday. Then on Sunday, Zesco United versus Green Buffaloes. This is another game also on Supersport coming from Lusaka. Dan, a quick one, just let's look at one of the interesting games that are coming up this particular weekend. This is going to be National Assembly taking on NAPSA. National Assembly not found their foot yet in the league after beating Beauticon. I think they've also had 1 or 2 struggles there to find their form. NAPSA Stars also 2 points so far from 6 games played so far. Now, this time around, they take on National Assembly, a newly promoted side in the Super League.
The 2 struggling sides.
How the man would put it.
Yeah, and it's a derby. It's a soccer derby. It might swing in either way, but the bottom line is both are coaches for these 2 teams. This is the game of their lives, whether they like it or not, because the pressure is mounting on these 2 sides. And the technical bench, I'm pretty sure they are spending sleepless nights because they need to get the maximum points, whether they like it or not. Because looking at them to survive, you need to start collecting maximum points as early as it is. So I expect it to be very cagey, and it's about just the attitude of the players, because both sides, the morale in camp is very, very low. So players ought to be psyched up, and if they can be able to come to the party, that would be well and good. But I see National Assembly giving NAPSA Stars a very good run for their monies, because most of the teams that have played against National Assembly, despite them not posting positive results, it's a team full of energy. So I expect NAPSA to sweat blood for these 3 points over the weekend.
Otherwise, there's another interesting game coming up at this particular weekend. This is Power Dynamos versus Red Arrows.
Well, this game will be very, very difficult for Janza, because they will be meeting a power side which will be licking the wounds and will want to come back. I don't think that they will spare Red Arrows. But then, Red Arrows has not been posting good results. In fact, somebody was telling me this afternoon that the next coach to go, the next coach on the line, is Ona Janza, depending on. They are saying he's a Spaniard. You know, the team went to Spain. The commander spent a lot of money. There's a lot of goodwill from the management. They're expecting results. I've supported that team. But it's the same old story. Look at the age. In the second half against the Quito United, they started chasing shadows. A lot of coaches don't know what we call game management. For a modern game, like I said, we need to do a very good balance. We need a lot of energy. It will be a very cagey game. Red Arrows have never won at the other days. After a long time, they always lose. Whichever coach they come with, the other time it was Matthews Piri, the last time they lost. I don't think that Power should have problems collecting 3 points there.
Okay, so making progress, let's go to other interesting items on the program. The CAF Champions, CAF Confederations updates. Zanaco in Morocco, they'll be taking on Raja Casablanca in an hour from now. The game kicks off at 21 hours Zambian time. It will be Raja Casablanca versus Zanaco, and they've gone to that particular for that particular game with a 2-0 deficit. They lost at home, that is Zanaco, and away. Danny, are we going to see Zanaco pull a surprise in this encounter?
Not really. Zanaco had their chances when they faced Raja Casablanca in Zanaco, and they failed to capitalize on home ground advantage. And playing Arabs in their backyard is very, very difficult. Very few teams have been able to collect maximum points in their backyards. So it's about attitude, it's about what Zanaco wants to achieve. Because for me, they failed to collect maximum points and they failed to win at home. So I'm not expecting Zanaco to win 3-0. Yes, I know a lot can happen in football, but after the game against Rangers, I met some of these Zanaco players when we were watching Real Madrid against Juventus. We had a chat. They came out and just said, you know what, Pamdala, that's what they are saying. And I was like, so what plans do you have for these guys? You know what, the best result for us, those were the players. They said if we can be able to get the draw, that will be the best result, because those guys, tactically, they were more superior than us. Okay. Unless just a miracle happens. So I don't see Zanaco winning in Rajas. I don't see that.
Adam, do you see a surprise coming up?
I mean, we are patriotic, but at the same time, we have to be objective. We are soccer analysts. There is just no way Zanaco can score 3 goals without Raja Casablanca scoring.
Okay.
It just doesn't happen.
Okay.
They lost the game back home. How do you expect them to win when they are the 6 supporters? What's wrong with Zanaco? Has been around for a long time. They are playing continental games. They can't even attract crowds to cheer them. I looked at it's like the visitors had more supporters than even Zanaco. I could hear in the background somebody playing. No, it's because they didn't give them bus, they didn't buy them beer. Supporters sure to be brought to the stadium, and you expect somebody to buy beer. It doesn't work like that. Zanaco has to garner some support. When you're home, you need that. Definitely, you need that. And then to make it worse, they went to that big stadium. So it's like they were even not playing at home. So it's a bit tricky.
Okay.
It's a bit tricky. The best result, they control the damage. It's a reputation at stake now. They should
force a 1-0 win.
Force a 1-0. But because even the Arabs would be cautious. They know that they've done the job. They just want to finish. They won't open so much.
Okay.
They have nothing. They did the job here. They will not open so much. They will play maybe the first 20. I know the way the Arabs play. They will put Zanaco under pressure the first 20-30 minutes. If they don't score, they will retreat. They will use 5-4-1, lock up there, close all the gaps, and just be counter-attacking. And that will be there.
Okay, let's go to text messages now. This one says, hi, Bamasumba akabwerelo kalalia mwamuna bazesco babwesha chicken George batampa nokulusa. Poor planning at Zega Mambo. Good luck at Tenant Chembo. Power 90 for life. This is coming from Tony Sacho in Chambishi. Good evening, Amasumba and company. Thank Barcelona wa Pazambia Zesco for winning power. Axon Ipusukil. Congratulations to Kito United for a 1-0 draw against that is in Kwazi, hoping to win next game in Chingola. I'm glad that at least 80% of our Chingalika fans are well behaving and mature enough, but there is too much insults on the ground such that they will ask you, Bamdara.
I hope you don't repeat the insult.
Mr. Masumba, how far have you gone with my suggestion? Okay, this is something that is coming up. Don't worry, it's an issue that we are seriously considering. I will be giving you information that is coming from Ngosa in Kamatipa, aka the German city. Good evening, wise men. Kuli chiriro kupawa abakari Pachirata. This is Panji Ngoma in Kitwe, I say. Okay. The problem is not City, but Faz, who registered the two teams in one name, Lampa Material 8. Thank you so much. Zesco switching off power made me, as Nkana fan, very happy, more especially the equalizing goal. Poor officiating is killing the game. A thumbs up to Fole Malembe for winning Zesco. Arsenal, we are winning Europa. Emmanuel Piri in Chamboli. Reverend panel, my name is Emmanuel. It is just a confirmation that I want, because I heard that Mukamlenga is back at power. Not sure if he's back at power, but what I've heard is that he's around Kitwe. He's back
not at power.
Nkana slowly and confidently rising up to where they belong, as power slowly proving that they are the Zambian Arsenal. Hi guys, Zesco switching off power. Well done, Zesco. Nkana forever, Panji. Okay. Bwana ba smarter, it's just a problem. Who enjoys creating problems in Zambian soccer circles? Fraser Chilavi. Hi Amasumba, nice show. Amasumba, the issue for the referees who I've watched all the home games for my team Nkana, and I also managed to watch Chingarika versus Nkwazi last Sunday. All these games and referees Chimona no. My question is, where did these referees come from? But Daniel Alderman Tembo, answer me please, because it's worse than last season. Chanda of Kawama Misaka within Kitwe. Okay, good evening panel. Papa Alderman, Kashikishi Warriors is not an underdog club, especially at home. Keep monitoring them and you shall soon be convinced. I'm happy. He's about to start storing his weight.
Very soon.
Hi guys, where is Jacob Omlenga and Lubambo Msonda? This is Sam Mebo. Sam Mbale, sorry, Liverpool for life, and condolences to Manu for being whipped by bottom team last Sunday. Jacob Mlenga is still in China. His team plays in the first division in the Chinese league. Then Mkamlenga is still in Armenia. He didn't even find. He didn't even score. Wambomsonda didn't even score. Wambomsonda, sorry. He is still in Armenia. He actually even scored over the weekend. So one says, whatever goes around, come back about power. Mwaiseni, yeah, Mwalisepa, yeah, Busakara. Today you are crying. Gonkana, Wafitaraka Imwena. John Muteta from Abufurira. Good evening. The Andrew Kamanga Faz is the same as Isen Tudie Fiakui Shiva Awene, meaning they don't care anything that they care is their pocket. For Africa Nava, the only great in Southern Africa, by the name of Karu, Josin Kara from Kawama in Kitwe. One says, Vapao, you felt how it feels, Ukuingisha handball. I'm sure Tamaka Wakishepo. Good evening, panel. The physical trainer at Power Dynamos Achim, to be serious, our team only plays for 45 minutes. There is no endurance. It was witnessed in the Zesco game. Let him stop Ukwangara. Okay. I think we have a problem with the clubs in Zambia. How many coaches have been fired even before week 10? Even in Kwazi, that has no financial muscle to pay players, is firing. Give us a signal. Congratulations to Joseph Musonda for his appointment. Good evening, panel. I'm very, very disappointed with Nkwazi. Surely, can you expect your wife to be... Okay, I'll not go beyond that. Good evening. Congratulations to Forest Rangers for silencing Zesco United. To an appeal to the Zesco management is that we don't want unnecessary load shedding in Indora because of the failures of Luandamina and his players. Coming to Faz, I'm very disappointed with Andrew Kamanga, and he should just resign on moral grounds. When is he bringing back the referee of Zambia? The man's... Okay, the ref between Zesco and Power, appalling. This is coming from Chanda. Good evening, panel. Nice program. Keep it up. Power Dynamos, sorry for that offside. You are paying off for what you did to us in Ghana for scoring a basketball. You were saying Muvanga was clever. Now it is Kambole. Kalampa for life. Prudence from Ndeke. Okay. Badani, now Power lost at referee. When Ghana was complaining about the referee, you were saying that when you lost, you accept. Now see what you were saying. I see yourself. You know, it has not the video of last week.
Yeah, last week. It was last week, actually.
Hello, Amasumba. Can it be possible to increase the goal height to that Alex Nonga? Can you score? Good evening. Bushera Chicken, Baba Kuisa, because Zesco United, no coach. Chicken is in between two clubs.
No, he's gone back.
Young Africans
he's gone back
Zanago. I think he's still got some
few.
issues to sort out with Young Africans, so he hasn't yet fully started coaching at Zesco United. For now, Emmanuel Swale and Clive Ashlensa are in charge of Zesco United, as well as Emmanuel Muschili, the goalkeeper coach. So those are the text messages. You can send us some more on the number 0965 00877. 0965 There's one person who's listening. They commented on Facebook where we posted that they are able to watch this particular program on YouTube. They asked me to read the messages. So now I've read the messages. I think they need to include their name, so I haven't managed to see the name. Or maybe the message is still on its way. We are waiting, Mama, until it arrives.
Let's wait for the signal.
So the message, the text line is 0965, sorry. 00877 0965 00877. In a few minutes, let's go to other interesting items on the program before we open the phone lines later on, so that you can make those contributions through the phone calls. Then we should have
a quick one. The guy that sent in a text message, I'm going to repeat what I said last week. I said officiating in Zambia, it's pathetic. Alright? I never supported what transpired between Nkana and Power Dynamos. No. Yes, there was a lot of controversy here and there. So I did not side and say that no, that referee was good and whatnot. I was saying you find that in most cases, teams that are losing are the ones that are complaining about poor officiating. What of if they win? Do they complain about poor officiating? That was my question last week. So I'm going to be very, very consistent on the way I bring out issues. And about officiating in Zambia, about these referees, I stand to be corrected. What I said last week still remains the same. Officiating is pathetic.
Zikomo, on Twitter, this one says Faz has failed to show, on WhatsApp rather, Faz has failed to show leadership in critical issues and instead cause more confusion. E.g. Nkana versus Forest Rangers, and this time the City Saga, where one camp is recognized while allowing the other camp to cause havoc. Smata is a big problem. He must be punished. Zega Wapia for the Marembe Uyo. This is the 4th of the Kio. Okay. Text line WhatsApp 0965 000877 0965 000877. That's the line you can use for WhatsApp and also text messages. Let's quickly get to other issues on the program. This one we look at the FASA has called an extraordinary committee meeting to discuss a number of issues. Among them, FIFA forensic auditing bid table, so that people can be able to know and understand the number of issues regards to the spending as the Zambian FA. Then other issues that we see on the program is that the COSAFA should be starting very soon, and Zambia will also be participating in the COSAFA tournament. Then Zambia, who are on bye for the first round, but to join the ray of the weekend of May 11th to 13th, where they will face the winners.
Before we go to COSAFA, I was asked, we represent a lot of people. I was asked, can you confirm if the president of Nkano Football Club, Mr. Kalina, has been caught?
Okay, that is coming up.
By the FA for
that is coming up.
Yeah, it is national team issues.
It is coming up. It is coming up.
Thank you.
So Zambia is playing in the COSAFA, and they will be taking on either Rwanda or Kenya, whoever wins in the first round. That is at the COSAFA. That's when Zambia, as defending champions in the AFCON qualifiers. That is in the AFCON qualifiers for under 20. Then we'll be talking about COSAFA as well as the program goes on. Coming to that, which you just mentioned, okay, let me reserve it. The Zambia under 20 coach Numba Mamba has invited 53-member squad that start preparations this Sunday ahead of the AFCON qualifiers in May.
I'm happy with that, because the team that we saw, which imbalanced us by not even proceeding to the last round, didn't come to the party. It's good that it's like they're starting afresh, because if you had stuck to that team, I was not even going to have any hope, and I was not going to watch any of those games, because it was going to be what others say, Kubu Tafi.
There's been a lot of debate on the names that have come forward as far as this tournament is concerned. We've seen the likes of Emmanuel Karala also being invited among those that have been called. But a few years back, that was a person who was turned down at some point, and it seems after a few years ago to today, the age has changed.
Yeah, I know that. You see,
these are serious issues that
these are serious issues.
The same person in question at some point is said to have been born in 1996. At some other point said to be born in 1999. This inconsistency, this is exactly what cost us, I think, some years back.
Yeah, it was quite
in one of the tournaments.
No, I think this time around, there is a doctor who is attached to that team, and who has been trained how to look at the actual age. I don't think that our team can have any risk. That's why they have caught so many of these. They'll be sorted out. Otherwise, it will be because of age. This is on air. I know of one player already who has been told go home because he's
from the 53.
Yeah, from the 53. Okay.
So that's the screening obviously has to be done thoroughly so that we don't get imbalanced.
They will definitely screen them. Mamba doesn't entertain such.
Because this is a situation where mostly at under 20 there's no MRI. So that is where the cheating comes in, because MRI mostly is done at under 17.
Under 17.
So obviously we need to avoid the temptations of going with the...
But it can come in if a team queries.
Yes.
You get a point? It can come in.
And we forget so easily.
And we forget so easily.
2 years ago...
We just take one team to say, no. Number 16.
Ninkote.
Can we...
It happened.
Everything. So, no more risks. They should make sure we get the right age. We have a lot of talent.
Exactly.
We have a lot of talent in Zambia.
Because we have these team sheets that are provided each and every time there's a game. When you got 2 years ago, you find someone who's born a different year. 2 years later,
don't keep even our
there's a different age showing. So obviously, that inconsistency may cost us as a tournament.
When I was the secretary at the Referees Association, we used to send such people back and we could even ban them. There's no way someone can be born in 2 different years. How can that happen?
Okay, let's go to the other item now. The number of officials, football administrators, have been summoned by the Zambian FA to show cause why they should be punished by putting the name of the FA into disrepute. Among them is Smata, who today has responded that he will not be available to appear before the ethics committee because FAS can only do that to its members, and he believes it's not one of the members of FAS for him to be summoned. Others include Black Oswald, who has already been banned. We've got the likes of Evaristo Kabila, the Ghana president, and journalist based in the US. This is Augustine Mukoka, who was once based in Zambia for being critical to a number of issues that are happening at FAS. And FAS feels like the number of people are putting the name of the institution into disrepute. So obviously, Mukoka has also raised his own issues. He is not a member of FAS, and he has demanded that if they want him to appear before the ethics committee, they should send an air ticket for him because he's based in the US, and only coming to appear before the ethics committee where he's not a member of the association in any way, but a journalist and just an individual who is entitled to make certain comments over public affairs. Alderman.
Well, it's unfortunate. You have to look at the constitution of FAS, who is covered under the ethics committee. I think that's where we have to start from. It's the constitution. However, what we have to understand, Clinton, what is clear is that the mandate to run football in this country is with the Football Association of Zambia, who are affiliated to CAF and FIFA. So, FIFA statutes, CAF statutes will always guide. The constitution is almost the same. Now, what happens to individuals who bring the name of the game into disrepute? Those are the issues. If for instance, he's not an affiliate of that association, he's not an affiliate of, like, journalists, how does the association handle that? Is it unprecedented? These are the questions. But as for Smata and the president of Ghana, these are the baby of FAS, and from time to time, those issues will be sorted out with them internally. But when it comes to journalists, how do they deal with them? Because the FAS statutes don't allow to go to a civil court. You get the point? Now, if somebody is affiliated with you and is busy throwing stones at you, how do you catch him? Those are the
Danny, your own thoughts.
But anyway, before Danny comes in, this is the second time that my colleague, the president of Ghana, is being summoned by that committee. He also had some issues with them last year. They have summoned him again. I hope that these issues can be quickly sorted out so that we concentrate what's happening between those white lines, you know. We want football now to move from, we said it last week, let football move. And when we say this, we appeal to all the stakeholders, the administrators, whoever is involved with football. Can we please concentrate on the football in the field of play?
Okay.
Not in the boardrooms, not in the media, not through the social media. It's unfortunate that football now there is a lot of politics now coming in. People run away from partisan politics to go and move to football only to find the politics again. So it's unfortunate.
Danny?
Yeah, Clinton, it's so unfortunate that instead of us moving forward, we're still moving backwards. More popcorns at Football House. They're the ones that are able to govern football. They're the ones who are in charge, the mother body. Asumba, why should same things continue happening over and over again? That simply tells you that you're lacking leadership. We're lacking leadership qualities there. We are lacking leadership qualities. That's why you find that every Jim and Jack can answer and throw mud at you because you have got no safeguard. You can't protect yourself. You can't do that. All I'm trying to appeal to Faz is even these committees that they're coming up with, like the ethics committee, for me that's just cosmetic. There's absolutely nothing about that committee. They saw the issue, they did not do it in the right way. We spoke about it last week. You go and announce to the whole country that this guy has been banned without him getting the letter, without him being given a chance to exculpate himself. Who does that, Mr. Tembo? Who does that? Is that management? It's not management. So they need to be honest with themselves before they even start simoning people. They need first to simon themselves. So they ask themselves questions. Are we managing football in a proper way? Are we running football in a professional way? That's why you find that everyone will be able to answer. At everything that they throw in, people will be able to answer back. Because they know that these guys, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. Because if they have read the constitution very well, and they know their strength, and they know their weaknesses, but so no one can come at your place. As I'm good teaching among more. As I'm good your word, as I'm good your more.
Now what like I said,
there must be something wrong with you. There must be something wrong with you, and I see a lot of wrongs at football house at the moment. If they're not going to put their house in order, they are going to be embarrassing themselves week in, week out. Already, football house is an embarrassment to us guys who love football so much. Looking at their inconsistent way of doing things.
Let's go to other issues. Let's look at how our Zambian players are performing outside Zambia. Roderick Kabwe put in a full shifter for Ajax Cape Town in their 1-0 draw with Chippa United. Kennedy Mwene was left out of the Mamelodi Sundowns match, the squad that recorded a 2-0 win. Then Renford Kalawa put in a 79 minutes shift as Nathan Sinkala and Kavaso Chongo all played full 90 minutes for TP Mazembe in their new odd draw against that is a Saint Elrod Lupopo. Donashano Malama and his Olympic Korugra team mates played out to a 3-3 draw with Defy Jadida. Then Luvinda Mundia and his Singinda team mates suffered a 1-0 defeat to Vipili. Striker Patson Daka played the first 68 minutes for FC Rifling, who were held to a 1-0 draw by Capfeg SV. Then Enoch Mwepu made his first start for Red Bull and scored a goal plus made an assist as they beat Amiro Wika by 6 goals to 2. Lubambo Msonda scored his 6th goal for the season to help Graza Kafan to a 1-0 draw with FC Shirak, that is in the Armenian League. Then Emmanuel Banda played the last 8 minutes of KV Ostended in a 2-2 draw against St. Trident. Emmanuel Mbola played the 90 minutes for Habil Ronana, who beat Ariona Kiriati. Kenneth Kalunga and his teammates, his team Esmorosa managed a narrow 1-0 victory over Australia. Then Moses Apil played the last 8 minutes for Sporting de Kariba as they levered to a 0-0 draw with Kova Piedede. Edward Chilufia was left out of the match at the squad for Jagadins that suffered a 2-0 loss away to AIK. Evans Kangwa put in 90 minutes a shift, while defender Stopilan Sunzu played 43 minutes in their side, that is Arsenal Tula, who suffered a 3-0 defeat away to Kranasda. Fashion Sakala put in 90 minutes a shift for Sparta Moscow 2, that slipped to a narrow 1-0 defeat in their Fonbet Russian Football Championship away encounter at FK Kemk. Then Prosper Chiwia put in for 90 minutes a shifter for Bethlehem Steel FC, who recorded their second draw in a row, this time at home against Sismat. Okay, that's how our colleagues outside Zambia are performing as far as Zambian players are concerned. Any comments then?
Yeah, I'm worried. I'm not hearing of Emmanuel Mbola again.
I think I did mention.
You did,
yeah,
eh?
yeah,
okay, fine. That's good, because
he's among the consistent
we shall be campaigning for those. We need a very strong national team now. It's good, Clinton, to see that most of our players who are campaigning overseas at least are seeing game time. We have been shaking defense. We need experienced players in that department.
Okay, let me go back to text message. This one says, Nkana for life. How many points does Nkana have? Mulonda Chora from Chamboli.
It's 10.
Mwamba wangu kwa points Nkana mtenganye. Amasumba twebe niko Nkana Forest chishi nkabangana bali mapera ama points. Yes, they were given. Yes, they were given. I think Zambian referees must go to the academy first before going to officiating big clubs. I'm ready for life in Nkana FC Pride. Tembo, please Faza, do something about referees in Nkana for life. It's coming from Litwell in Usakile. Congratulations for Malembe for stopping Zegamambo Stanley Shonga of Kamati Nkana for life. Good program, gentlemen. I hope the behavior of Nkana fans will be controlled quickly. Otherwise, we are going back to Stone Age. This is coming from Benedict. Good evening, Amasumba. Mr. Tembo, advise us on how to go about the impeachment procedure to do with the entire football house. Before the good football collapses, we are tired and sick. Humphrey in Mufurira. Wishe ama comments to Tumaba Faz. Valomfwa, I'm enjoying the program. Thank you, Kashiwa from Chamboli.
Valomfwa.
Okay. Faz, vatemeza nako na Zesco, but inganivankana. Ngabali beba ati mukate that's SK M from Chamboli. I think this is to do with the Nkana game.
Yeah, the Nkana game.
For a Malembe Temu Nove, even if you play in the same stadium, just relocate to Chikankata. Musina Julius Mufurira. I'm very much disappointed with our executive at Zesco FC. Surely, what mistake did they find in Tenant Chembo for them not to offer him a top job? I think whoever came up with this idea has an hidden agenda with TC, because TC proved himself and he was excellent. Chimoth Tembo Zega. If Zesco FC management is not careful, they will go faster than they came. We don't want politics at Zesco. Okay, hi pane wapa varia wino nomba vale fwaika number 9 bazo na beleki valipwa. Mr. Mure from Kawama Shingarika for life. Do you know that Zone 2 Division 1 kari kosa sana? First should reconsider the promos to PSL P Zulu Chimwemwe. Panel, you do dish ideas to clubs, coaches, players. My question is, do these people listen to your programs? Mwalishiva ukuti amano varashitisha vanachimbusa. So even when you start, you should start charging them. Evening people, just from work, enjoying your show, Agrippa in Chamboli. Thank you so much for Agrippa to know that you tuned to the program. Evening panel, England, Man City has already won the league. Then Real Madrid will play UEFA Champions League final. No doubt, Cholan Karamo. To our Papa Champions League, Nino Mbaline. Go Zega go. Okay. How much did Nkwazi invest in a club for them to expect more than what they have? It's really unfair. Okay. Long live Perimtapa, long live all those who were saying Forest can't beat Zesco FC. Just give us a signal so that we can eat the chicken with George species Lampa material. So as a Chingarika, we're lifting the trophy just like Leicester in English Premier League. Okay, this one says that our power should stop complaining about bad officiating of soccer match. Another scored no kuboko. JM from Mindoro. Thank you so much for that contribution. Mama, my Karampa is heading on top of the slot of the league. Give us a signal on how we should treat those who are laughing carelessly on us. Mama wants from Riverside. Okay, those are text messages as well as WhatsApp that have come through so far. You can also send us some more on the number 0965 000 877. For now, let's try to shift our attention to the phone calls and get to hear what our colleagues out there have got to say on a number of issues discussed on the program. The number to call us on is 0212 222 877. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, thank you. Your contributions, and who's calling us?
I'm Buju, I'm calling from Kitwe.
Yes, what Buju, your contributions quickly. Empire.
they support about Flava, but everybody are really shouting on that board.
Okay.
Pero, but it's what which are going on. Move very rational to Kubalesa.
Besawo.
Oh, twatotera wabuju.
Okay. Oh, we finish. Adam and Tim was this.
Papa.
Thank you, Abuja.
Papa.
Hello, good evening. Hey, I'm going to Makaye. We know your contributions, boss.
Atotera.
Okay. Thank you so much for that contribution. 0212-222-877, 0212-222-877. Hello, good evening. Good evening, thank you, Scotty. Your contributions, boss.
Maba chilipaiwe.
Obviously, discipline has said, that's a good example of planning prayers. Discipline is very important in football.
How many calls? How many do we get? How many do we get?
10.
This is third, huh?
7 more. 7 more.
Totrampai for your contribution at 0212-222-877 and 0212-222-877 is the number you can use to call us. I can see some of our listeners, they are calling on 09651. That is for text messages only. For phone calls, use 0212-222-877. Hello, good evening. Good evening, thank you. Ashwampa, your contributions.
Too much politics in football. After last week in Arian, even last week, football is like in the marriage. Ungananga murekuta tikacheva dio kukusa tikadipilisha tina vena wana wawaku sana tawadipilisha na sana nisisi yamu kushimbu ngamulela kalaka mwana abana ebachulira mubala walala kukabe mibiri so namugola mwineto kije tutwamona nombana bazesko nabo bamba nombo kulale kotanama na ukutira badi chura kuri forest inshimwa kibati kubwa afya limbipayeko kufumini so gola nga mwamba byo kukusana kibinda mutibata yakonga usanga byati amezi atareza sekure ukibaga kiriyo zepine yoze bazabya muri yo usheni kirenga ma performance no yoze nanga mzambe to alikuwa kama talent but atafunga wiko so my advice to those administrators, I think it is time that because administrators are with the party on ya football. Yes, not to go but they won't. I think it's important they are there because of money.
Okay.
So let's have our football because some of us twalike mwati bola tokwe bati ndekwe bintu tuchinje and my advice to kumasoka panjira yabakisala ndati yo bala tuwezesha bakana kumabwe no ibintu ngawalikinja na bantu ya data tetuwele kumarushi yani walawela mabala migwesha mudibani twalikinja kale let's move forward and let's support all these teams because baba tumba mulamona abanenzi kuma ibili kumala kumulomere no sinje bina kuyo ukukwira bazana nako nichitalipa TV ngama yatwa ka TV ngama chimoneto chibasa visura tikubutna vanko baba tepo na vala ndaje tikukopa build na chinja kungwa kukana chibasa presura kupawa presura kuchingarika problem ribishaire kurusaka tule ushefi vanza abanenzi chirenga nokuina mata pota ngamwali mona ke amata pota jirangwaire kuma Champions League va Liverpool vashani kuya mabili nababika kona bena n'umutima but for us tukakwata kareka kwa kati na ngwamingisha atugolimo ninji cyapa kwatana leti parenga no kuba dimination ngo byayamba so turyanze kuba ati we no lose let's support these people so to administrator namu kwanga murela karaka ama disaster apply let's be united so that we continue to promote the football nation especially Mozambique kunyesu mundu natotera sana bamatu.
Okay, thank you so much for that contribution. 0212222877. Hello, good evening.
No, Ramasumba.
Munishani bosi. Tuma wasira kwa pata ine chilimba. Mpa. Tuma wasira kwa pata ine chilimba.
Ndeko kulanda kupali wa Oto mwewa ya kupambani ona aliswa kwa Tizesco mwali ipata. They are no side. Last year October, waterena wa power. Bapawa bali mule kuile tijosi japo banda ya no side. But waitape ndo kwa chini go. So, baita ilisha no kuilisha sana wena wapekela. After kwa kubola bali leo kwa tawe ifanywe na natu hapa shetani. So na kwe, kile wino kawili. Bantu wena era wajilepo so wilao ishanogoa cho chaja ibadimiso kwa timu wa power ala desco egonimero kwa ti ninaona timu yote Mozambique kabili nikalula ala milula na kabili mulela futi next year mkawa futi for kwita o ku continento so desco ba Indonesia absolutely kabili.
Thank you so much for Axon for that contribution. That's not 122222877.
Good one.
Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Good evening, boss.
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, thank you. Who's calling us?
I can get you clearly. Are you getting me?
We're able to get you something.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. Entonces yo paso cuando no, ni kama kome spreader and wakapote kama timu zote mkana power just kwa keba ndiye mwana pali yo ishtana time to them of supporting nacho ngatemwa yote player nda pali mkana power kiko kwa spika kali ngombe tampakusha kama kome twatera basa kike bora ya desco ya wakati prefa ndipo sikuma rushini before power sisi wakieleza bankana mkwatoeva bankana sisi wakieleza wakito na power watoeva mbashishi benzetu kwa lava tendo tulitamba bora according to bora hii tendo pingule futino pingule according to bora hii kisha bakifari abarisha sana mu premier division bantu abashira skapo kukulisha yebo chavu from Tikwe power down and supporter and deliver for life.
Thank you so much, Chabu, for those interesting sentiments. Thank you so much. 0212222877. Hello, good evening. Mulisha ni mkwae? Mkwae boss. This is number
in number 6 4 more.
No, we don't play for Super Sport.
You want to comment?
Can't talk for them.
So, kukamonekana varabakonga kuna super sport vanachadira kuite kumachajambo vangorechaisana vangana mukwetesepepo kaisava yapikite chavakwata va super sport so najakuwa super sport kaita sana champion.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for that contribution. Mostly, I think the Super Sport log starting, I think, is basically the game between Forest and Nkana, which I feel has not been updated on the Super Sport table. The one that Nkana were awarded 3 points, that I think has not been updated on the Super Sport table. Obviously, that will be addressed. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Pinto.
Good evening, thank you. Who's calling us?
This is Samsek from somebody.
Yes, boss, your contributions.
Yes, first of all, I want to greet the people in the studio, Mr. Alderman and the
Yes. Your contribution.
Thank you.
Yes, sorry, last week I couldn't call. I wasn't listening, I was out of town. Yes, but I heard some comments. First of all, I want to talk about the Ghana supporters. Last week, even though I did not listen to the show, somebody told me that a lot of Ghana supporters were complaining about Chambish, and some of them were calling for Chambish to go. I was very, personally, I'm very disappointed with those who are calling for the dismissal of Chambish, just because of the two games which we lost. First of all, what they should do is, Chambish has a good team, a very healthy team. All we need to do is to encourage Chambish to know how to position those players, especially the front line. If I was Chambeshi, my front line would be Bombo and Saturday Bulite. Those are the main players.
Okay.
They know how to score. And also I was very disappointed with him when after Gift Zulu by Power. Then the next game Noisha will become. But Chambeshi, sometimes I'm pushing. On freedom of players, sometimes don't feel on freedom of supporters. If you know that you are having a finish, that's go with the team which you believe in. If you are confident about supporters, I know the supporters are not going now. You know, we can move you got it. I was off my supporters.
Okay.
Secondly, I want to congratulate Forest for beating Desco. I'm very happy that Desco has lost. And also, when you say that if you go Power, crowd to go. Go to Nkana, crowd to go. Don't go to Quito United, crowd to go. So far, Quito to the Tamba border. And I want to also say, Zesco is the mother of our team. No, Zesco is the baby. They were just born yesterday. The team with no history. They have no history. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that contribution, Sosek. 0212222877 0212222877. Call us and give us your thoughts on the topic of our discussion on the program this evening. We look at a number of issues to do with Zambian football. Let's get this go. Hello, good evening. Empire boss. Empire morning. Okay. Ikapitira kuna kwenda. Ati moja mlituka nako. Okay. Thank you, Amlenga, for your contribution. Okay, 0212222877 and 0212222877 is the number you can use to call us on. This one, okay, let me get this one. Hello, good evening.
I never Masumba minded Najava about the Amaprea Java Rikuns Java there. I'm happy to say that the under 20 hour reports most of them they active outside there when I pass on Jaka, Mwepu, Fashoni, Chiruya. I think this is a very good move so that now they our Shala number our competition in number
That's for this one, eh? After this one, last one.
Get the permission from the executive. They are quiet. So until they give me a permit to go back, now you can come. That's when I can come to get United Party. But in Banga, Pinorion saying that the Fekuma team will also go back. Let's watch football and go back home. We analyze this. Let's put what you fear. Let's put what you want to next week. We need to work on this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that contribution. 021222877 and 021222877. Hello, good evening.
Please, will you what's on you? That I'm done here. That time, I'm done, please. I want to move emotion of impeachment, but no, I'm done.
Okay, thank you so much for that contribution. Quickly back to messages on WhatsApp. So it says, our power, you were busy teasing us, Kana, at go, Taivipa. That go, yes, it was an offside, but go, Taivipa. Okay, let me quickly go. Another one, this one says, okay, great. Nairobi is listening. This is Pulem Sonda, proud Zesco supporter. Please, Faza should look into the issue of suitable soccer because it is bringing our league's name down when we on the right path. What's happening to Mr. Mwangirwa, the official from Rwanda? The man is a very professional referee. Okay, this is coming from Pulem Sonda, listening all the way from Namibia, yes. Sorry, Kenya. That is in Nairobi. Okay, interesting.
Mwangiro is
happy to know that you tuned to the program. Sorry?
Mwangiro is retired now.
He's retired now.
To handle the games with him.
We need to report back to Nairobi that Mwangiro is no longer active as far as that is concerned. Okay, this one, messages one says, kindly tell me, okay, good program. Zesco management should change their mindset because Ondamina left the club in poor stance and later Chembo organized. Why management wanted to disappoint Chembo? Okay, that is. Please correct me on who plays for Red Bull Salzburg. Is it Patson or Mwepu? The answer is that Red Bull is a higher team, and Rifling is a feeder club to Red Bull. So both teams play for Rifling, but the Red Bull side may get players from Rifling. That is where they are. So sometimes you find that Mwepu speaks to play for Red Bull, Patson speaks to play for Red Bull. That is a feeder side of Red Bull. That is where Rifling. But the one who played for Red Bull over the weekend was Enoch Mwepu, who got a goal and also an assist. Yes, that's how things were in the past 1 week. So quickly, let's make progress and look at other interesting items. The match between Bournemouth and Manchester United has already started. 7 minutes played so far. Scores are still 0-0. Both sides are trying to chase for a goal. In African football news, quickly, the president of the DR Congo Football Association, FECOFA, Constant Omari, has been taken into custody as part of a probe into embezzlement. His detention was confirmed on Wednesday by an investigation magazine. Omari, who is also on the FIFA Council and the Vice President with the Confederation of African Football, is being held along with the Sports Ministry Secretary General Bafremi Okito and the two FECOFA Vice Presidents, George Bonambe and Theodobald bin Mongu. Yes. Alderman.
No, I think that we want administrators to be clean in football. Infantino, the new FIFA president, has made a lot of emphasis on this one. We don't want what was happening in the past. Anyone who dips his fingers into coffers should go.
Be dealt with.
Yeah, should be dealt with.
Okay.
That's why they brought in a new ethics committee. They are trying to win back the confidence. You know, the sponsors ran away. FIFA had a lot of sponsors. So those serious sponsors withdrew their sponsorship.
Their sponsorship.
So, and you know, without sponsorship, you can't run football.
Okay.
So, it's good that we shouldn't even waste time. That's why FAS has called the
forensic audit.
Forensic audit, so that after that, people can win back their confidence, because people are throwing mud at the
association. Okay, Danny, the Council for East and Central Africa Football Association, SECAFA, has expelled Zanzibar from the ongoing SECAFA Under-17 Championship in Burundi for using ineligible players. The Zanzibar team has been sent back home and issued with a fine of $15,000, the approximate cost of air tickets, accommodation, and meals during their stay in Burundi. Ethiopia's Under-17 team that beat Somalia 3-1 in a match played on Sunday was also fined $5,000 for using 3 ineligible players and forfeits the match on a 3-0 loss.
It's so embarrassing.
We're talking about age cheating just a few minutes.
Absolutely. It's so and it's like we don't learn from such kind of mistakes. Do we do it quite mufulo or what? Because, you know, competition is about the input. If they're going to say under-17, for crying out loud, let's use players that are under-17. Why do you want to use Mufiash to feature in under-17? What are you trying to achieve? Absolutely, that's so right. It's like our main objective is all about development. It's about the results. It's about winning the trophy. No wonder it's very difficult for us to win at senior level, because we tend to cheat a lot. You find that somebody who was playing for under-17, 5 years down the line, Anaka. But when you go back to the record, say, but this guy just played for under-17 about 5 years ago. How come he's tired? He can't run anymore.
You know?
Because he cheated. So, you know, we should learn from these mistakes. And like we were talking about the under-20, please, let's learn from what has happened to our friends.
It has happened to us before. So.
And it has happened to us before. Embarrassment there, let's not talk about the results. Let's look at developmental. These are developmental projects. Whatever results that we get, yes, we will get upset when we know that certain players that were supposed to feature for the national team and they were within the right group of age were not given that privilege to play. We'll get frustrated and we'll get upset with the team. But let's use the players with correct age. Cheating does not pay.
Adamant, defending champions Zimbabwe will have to wait until the end of the first round of this year's COSAFA Cup before learning the identity of their opponents. The 2018 Southern African Regional Championship will be hosted in South Africa from 27th May until 9th June. Only the group winners progress, and Zimbabwe will meet the winners of Group B, where 2016 runners-up Botswana, Angola, Malawi, and Mauritius were paired together. Group A is made up of the Comoros Islands, Mozambique, Madagascar, and Seychelles. Hosts South Africa, who flopped in last year's tournament after winning the 2016 edition in Namibia, were drawn to face the winner of Group A. In the first of the quarter-final clashes on June 2nd, the other 2 quarter-finalists sees last year's runners-up Zambia take on 2015 winners Namibia.
Well, it's a double-edged sword, if you like. If your colleagues play the first round and you are waiting, you don't get the same wavelength with the other team, because they have an advantage. They have played. They have been cohesion. You see, that's what happened to Nkana. Maybe that's why they didn't really fare very well against that Algerian team. Sometimes to be on by doesn't help Clinton.
Okay.
Our brother, if I had my way, this just starts what you learn from a few mistakes. Yeah. So, but anyway, they can also take advantage from there, because they already want to step up and make sure that they. Of late, they've been a powerhouse. Zimbabwe, you can't underrate them.
The South African Football Association SAFA has pledged its unqualified support for Morocco bid to host the 2026 World Cup. Morocco is set up against a joint bid from Canada, Mexico, and United States, and is aiming to become the second African country to host the World Cup after South Africa in 2010. Danny, any realistic chances looking at who they are against?
We're Africans and we would want Morocco to win that bid, but realistically speaking, I think
far from it.
We're not going to win it, because look at Canada, the States, and them. Wow, it's far from it. So we'll continue supporting. But we know deep down our hearts that yash.
Quickly, Alderman, former Cameroon and Arsenal defender Ronen says none of the African teams at the World Cup will get past the quarterfinals in Russia. He says a combination of mismanagement and a difference in quality means Nigeria, Senegal, Tunisia, Egypt, and Morocco will struggle. No African nation has made it past the last 8 of the World Cup.
He's a daydreamer. He must not be so pessimistic. It just needed Suarez's hands to stop Ghana from going to the semi-final. He must not charge me, you know.
He's actually talking about quarterfinals.
I know that. He's even talking about quarterfinals, which so many teams have managed. Senegal has managed, Cameroon has done that. You see, I can see 3 of the teams that we have. One of them will, this time, break into the semi-finals.
Okay.
I have a lot of respect for the team that Morocco has assembled. They have a very, very good team. And remember, it's our own Rena, a very good tactician. This time round, Nigeria were a very youthful team, matched with the,
hopefully they can also pull up a surprise.
And Mama, watch Egypt. We are just waiting for a signal.
Just a quick one.
Yes, Danny.
Yeah, if you look at it from the other side of the coin, about what he has brought out, if you look back, the way African teams have been able to perform at the World Cup, we have had issues to do with allowances, issues to do with the dressing room, issues to do with preparations. If we are going to put these things in check, then we can perform very well. The problem has always been with attitude of our players. Some will report maybe a week before the World Cup. Come on, we don't
Government
do that.
must release dollars before you.
In fact, just to add on that one, Clinton, Nigeria don't want to be again in that one. It has taken also the president himself to come and support.
Okay.
The residents of the Nigerians are now contributing individually. It's not only institutions or business houses, even individuals are contributing. They are making sure that the issue of allowances does not pop up at the World Cup this time around.
Okay, so quickly let's go to UEFA Champions League. Danny, an interesting result there for Real Madrid, and they got away with it.
Yes, they did. If you watch the game, Madrid were able to concede, but they were so comfortable with the ball, and they were in control of the ball. It was just a matter of time. Because even the goal that Isco scored, when you're analyzing football, let's look at the whole game. Let's not just pick a few things that will fall your way. Isco scored a clear goal, which was turned out to be an offside. Did any of the Real Madrid players or even the technical bench protest? No one protested. And Ronaldo kept on inspiring his side. He kept on urging the fans to keep on cheering the team. That's the true spirit of a leader. He kept on saying that, guys, we're still on it. We just need a goal. And we got a goal. Yes, people will have their own sentiments, reservations towards the penalty. Who was in control of the ball? Was it Lucas or the defender for Juventus? It was Lucas. So already we have answered the question that we're supposed to be. And Cristiano was able to bury it. And Madrid are through to the semi-finals. We are waiting for Bayern. No, it's Madrid going to Germany next week. Then Bayern in the return fixture, probably 1st May, should be at
somewhere there.
Yeah.
Alderman, let's quickly rush to the fixtures coming up. Liverpool, they have been given Roma. Are we going to see Roma again putting up another surprise this time?
I don't think so. I don't think they'll be playing a Liverpool side which has a lot of confidence. They're enjoying their game. Tactically, they've been getting better each week, Clinton.
Okay.
And I can't be surprised if an English team wins this one through Liverpool. Liverpool are now playing very good football. On their day, they can beat any team.
Okay, looking at results in the English Premier League, Southampton 2, Chelsea 3, Burnley 2, Leicester 1, Crystal Palace 3, Brighton 2, Huddersfield 1, Watford 0, Swansea 1, Everton 1, Liverpool 3, Bournemouth 0, Tottenham 1, Manchester City 3, Newcastle 2, Arsenal 1, Manchester United 0, West Brom 1, West Ham United 1, Stoke City 1, Brighton again. It was Tuesday. Yeah, this game was played yesterday. Yes. Yesterday, Brighton 1, Tottenham 1. Quickly, Adam, and let's rush to Manchester City. They have won the English Premier League.
unprecedented. This is the first time I've been watching that league from the 70s. This is the first time a team is winning it while they're enjoying their coffee at home without kicking a ball because of the irresponsibility of Manchester United. Congratulations to them. They've been a good team. They've been playing well. They deserve it. They've won it with 5 games to spare. Well, it was a big disappointment. They've been knocked out of the Champions League. But surely, remember, this is their second trophy this time round. They won a local cup and then they grabbed the league. I think that the management won't be happy. I know that Guardiola was brought there to help Man City compete favorably in the Champions League. But surely they won't be disappointed, considering that last year it was Chelsea who won it. They'll give him a chance to continue building the team.
Okay, Danny, in the La Liga results to Sevilla 2, Villarreal, that's Barcelona 2, Valencia 1, Las Palmas nil, Real Sociedad 1, Leganés 1, Celta de Vigo nil, Athletic Club 2, Deportivo La Coruña 3, Elba nil, Deportivo Alaves 1, Atletico Madrid 3, Levante nil, Getafe 1, Espanyol nil, Malaga 1, Real Madrid 2, Deportivo La Coruña nil, Sevilla nil, Celta de Vigo 2, Barcelona 2. That's the result I wanted to talk about. This was yesterday.
Mazumba, I'll tell you one thing. If you have been able to watch Barcelona this season, they have just been very lucky. That's why when they lost to Roma, it was just a matter of time. They haven't been playing the football that we know of Barcelona. Barcelona, if they really want to play football, they'll make you run and sweat for that result if you want to get even a draw. But looking at the Barcelona that we are seeing this season, they haven't been as impressive as they have been in the past years. They have lost a little bit of it, because this is why now the Neymar factor comes into play.
Okay.
Yes, people would say Neymar wasn't a factor, but the Neymar factor comes into play. Many a times that if Messi does not come to the party, then Barcelona won't come to the party. Suarez does not come to the party, it will be very difficult if Messi is not even there. That's why now Neymar will be able to come in and be able to just punish you. Or Barcelona, like I said some weeks ago, I said that in Spain, Barcelona are the champions. Madrid were just chasing shadows, maybe to end in the top 3. The same goes with Atletico Madrid. Barcelona are the champions in Spain.
Adaman, there was an interesting result in France where PSG destroyed Monaco 7 goals to 1. This is a team at number 1 and a team at number 2.
They wanted, it was a declaration of intent. It was a declaration of intent.
First and
PSG
second
is becoming okay, domestically, no one now can talk about. They just won the Champions League. It's the same as Man City. The domestic issues, I think they are comfortable. They want to make sure that they go for the big one, and that is in Europe this time now.
Okay, gentlemen, we have to wrap up the show here, unless there's something else we've not
So
talked about.
congratulations to PSG, by the way.
Yeah, PSG as well, yes.
And even Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich have wrapped it. Man City, PSG. What about in Italy?
Italy,
Yeah, okay.
Mazumba, on a sad note, we lost one Goodwin Chibanda. He was one of those royal fans at Arthur Davis Stadium.
Yeah.
His blood was yellow.
Yeah.
He passed on over the weekend in an accident, and was put to rest yesterday. Thoughts and our prayers are with the family. May God
and the team, of course.
The family, and not forgetting the teams. And I'm pretty sure Power should be able to put up a good performance
in his honor.
Yeah, in his honor, so that we can continue watching good football. And we wish the family God's guidance.
Yeah. Adam, I
have a small advice to Power. You know, somebody said this advice should be paid for, they should be listening to the program. There is a small, when Power lose one game, the fans don't take it and they start bringing in a bit of destabilization. There is some silly talk that Muvanga has some charms. He doesn't, when he scores, others don't score, they make sure that the others don't. Please, management, don't take such rumors lightly. They will bring destabilization in the team. That is nonsense. It's so serious. It's doing the rounds. You know, when that young man hears it, maybe he can't take it. You know, it's their best player right now. Kampamba is their best player. You know, he's not only assisting, he's running, he's very industrious, he's all over. So, can you chase those from the stands? Some sort of fans are not good. Chase them. They'll bring destabilization.
Okay, interesting. So as we close the show,
yeah.
So Marvelous Tembo has been watching the program.
Oh, come on, Marvelous.
Marvelous Tembo is based in the US.
Yes.
So now he says, so that's how Mr. Tembo looks like.
Oh, yes.
So he has been watching out the Tembo.
Thank you.
Thank you so much that you managed to watch the show. Remember that the show will be coming live to you every Wednesday on our YouTube channel through our Facebook page, that is a Flava Batica Fiwe. So that those that are not able to listen, you can surely watch the gentleman in the studio. Today you've managed to see out the Tembo.
Yeah, Buju, thank you, Abuju. You saw my red
it's a red jacket. So it's Coppola's most loved. Hear us, see us, a decade of flavor. Yeah. Till next week on a Wednesday, my name is Clinton Masumba. Thank you for your time.
Bolan is good.
Bolan is good. Good night.
Well done.
Amuzi wabaje wote Matembo.
Amuzi wa Yesu.
My friend is still. Is able to disconnect from there.